Hey music fans! As a roadie, I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road, and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios, and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie, and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rockstar. It's Friday, and Friday is very good for music enthusiasts like us because they seem to be releasing all their videos on Fridays. Anyway, this is a new track by Ado. It's a track called Mirror. Haven't heard it before. Let's jump into it together. It should be awesome. I totally dig this young lady. I think she's so good. Let's do it.
Stay inside 言い訳並べんのにも疲れたでしょ明かりのない部屋で一人芝居だそのフェルテ叩く点と線になって幸せまでもう少しだって急いでとかしなきゃ間に合わないわ踊り約束ぜ私とあなたよわめく死にでもなれたら並べてたら心も疲れたのあれなんて名前の点と線だっけ待ち合わせまでもう少しだって愛してくれなきゃ割に合わないわ嫌になりそうだ私とあなたきらめく街角で歩いたらあなたと私はFancy the motion, back to the front, the crazy direction あなたの見たい色になりかちょっと太って Fancy the motion, back to the front, the crazy direction あなたの見たい色すべてが欲しいお互い様でしょおあいこにしましょう私とあなたよわめく知りでもなれたらあなたと私を私とあなたきらめく街角で会えたのあなたと私は夢の中Lazy なファッションずっと磨ってグルーミーなモーションあなたの見たいルールになりたいちょっと太って Lazy なファッションずっと磨ってグルーミーなモーションあなたと私とあなた
I am on the fence. So I didn't really like the chorus. I found it a bit irritating by the end. Da 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 da. I'm like, okay. But the bass line made up for anything I could think of that I wouldn't like about this track. That bass is sick, man. And right out of the gates, too, I was on board. I love her voice. The verses were so much better than that chorus. And I liked them, especially because she elevated her voice towards the end of the track. And I was like, yeah. So like a lot of these tracks, I'd love to hear this live. But killer bass licks, man. So good. A little bit of funk. Let me know what you guys think. What did you like? Did you like the track? You know, did you agree with me on the chorus part? Did you find it irritating or did you find it engaging? You know, opposite. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you on the next one. I think she's great. Thank you, guys. Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rockstar. This was just released a few minutes ago. I do know the artist. I do know the track. I like the track. I like the artist. Anyway, this is a sped up version. I had to jump right into it. I'm going as quick as I can here. It's only 2 minutes, 16 seconds long. Let's do this. If you couldn't tell there, I did not like that at all. I had hoped what they were doing is that they sped up the actual performing, not just sped up the track. I'm trying to remember what I said about the original one when I first heard it, but this time the mirror, mirror, I didn't like that. And the issue is, well, I found that kind of grating on my brain, but the other thing, the bigger problem here for me is I love her singing style and the verses. I love what she does where she... and then she changes everything. We totally lose all of that when we speed up the track. I don't know why they did this. I get it, the more material you release, it's really good, blah, 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 but I wouldn't have released this. I am not a fan of this particular sped up version. Did they do this in the past with her? I don't, I'm kind of new to her, but I've never seen that before, and I almost said before it started, I hope it doesn't sound like the Chipmunks, but it just lost anything to the track that it would have, It was like going to fast food instead of going to a nice restaurant. So I think it kind of stole away from her performance. I kind of liked the bass a little, but the original bass was so much better. So not my thing. I am intrigued, though. Do you guys like this? Do you think it's as bad as me? I do like her. I'm a fan of hers, so I'm not saying that. Anyway, guys, clue me in. Let me know what you think. And thank you. I'll see you on the next one. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.